Hello there, I'm very glad you're here. Today we are going to explore one of the most famous, most mysterious, and most talked about secret societies in history. We will dive deep into the strange and shadowy world of the Bavarian Illuminati. This is a true story filled with secret meetings, hidden agendas, strange rituals, powerful members, and whispers of global influence that have captured people's imaginations for centuries. Before we get started, I would love to know, where are you listening from right now? And what time is it for you? Please share your answers in the comments below. Now, let's enter the hidden world of the Illuminati. The Bavarian Illuminati began in a time of great change. It was the year 1776, in a place called Ingolstadt, a city in Bavaria, which is part of modern-day Germany. This was a time when kings ruled much of Europe, when the Catholic Church still held great power, and when new ideas were starting to challenge the old ways of thinking. People were talking about freedom, science, and reason. They called this period the Age of Enlightenment. Many thinkers of the time believed that knowledge, not tradition, should guide human life, but not everyone agreed. In this world of old power and new ideas, a young professor named Adam Weishaupt created something that would become famous far beyond his lifetime. Adam Weishaupt was only 28 years old when he founded the Illuminati. He was a professor of canon law at the University of Ingolstadt. This means he studied the laws of the Catholic Church. But Weishaupt had grown frustrated with the Church's control over knowledge and education. He believed that powerful institutions like the Church and the monarchy were keeping people ignorant and obedient. He wanted to break this control. He dreamed of creating a group of like-minded people who could work together in secret to spread Enlightenment ideas, challenge authority, and help bring about a new world ruled by reason, not superstition or blind obedience. On the night of May 1st, 1776, Adam Weishaupt gathered a small group of trusted friends. There were only 5 men in the beginning. They met quietly in the woods outside of Ingolstadt, under cover of darkness. There, in the shadows of the trees, they formed a new secret society. They called it the Perfectibilists at first, but soon changed the name to something more powerful, the Illuminati, which means the Enlightened Ones. Weishaupt carefully designed the Illuminati's structure. He was inspired by the secretive methods of other groups, like the Freemasons, who were already known for their rituals and brotherhood. He created a system where new members would join at the lowest level, not knowing the full goals of the group. As they rose through the ranks, they would be slowly introduced to the deeper secrets and true mission of the Illuminati. This system of degrees allowed Weishaupt to control information carefully. Only a few at the top knew everything. This made the society both safe and powerful. The Illuminati used many secret symbols and codes to protect their work. Members took on secret names based on historical figures. Adam Weishaupt called himself Spartacus, named after the famous rebel slave who fought against the Roman Empire. Each member was given a code name, and official documents used these names instead of real ones. They also used secret signs and handshakes to identify each other in public. Their meetings were held in secret locations, often disguised as harmless gatherings. They wrote coded letters using invisible ink and special symbols to avoid being discovered by outsiders. The Illuminati grew quickly. Weishaupt realized that if he wanted to expand, he needed to attract men who already had experience in secret societies. He turned his attention to the Freemasons. The Freemasons were well organized, widespread, and already had members who were open to new ideas. Many Freemasons were curious about Enlightenment thinking and the possibility of a better, freer world. Weishaupt's agents quietly recruited Freemasons into the Illuminati, sometimes without them fully realizing the difference between the two groups. In this way, the Illuminati slowly spread their influence across Germany and into other parts of Europe. At its height, the Bavarian Illuminati had several hundred members, including nobles, politicians, professors, and even some clergymen. One of the most important early recruits was a man named Baron Adolf von Knigge. He was a German nobleman who had extensive connections in the Freemason world. Knigge helped Weishaupt design a more advanced system of degrees and rituals, making the Illuminati even more attractive to potential members. Thanks to Knigge's work, the group developed a detailed structure of advancement that included philosophical teachings, moral lessons, and secret ceremonies meant to guide members toward enlightenment. The Illuminati's teachings mixed rational Enlightenment ideas with older mystical traditions. Members were taught to value reason, freedom, and equality, but also to practice secrecy, discipline, and absolute loyalty to the order. The society believed that by slowly changing the minds of influential people, they could eventually reshape society itself. They dreamed of a future where kings, priests, and tyrants no longer ruled. In this future, a hidden brotherhood of enlightened men would guide humanity toward peace and wisdom from behind the scenes. But the Illuminati's growing influence did not go unnoticed. In the late 1780s, rumors about the secret group began to spread. Some said they wanted to overthrow governments and destroy the church. Others accused them of plotting violent revolutions. Powerful people in Bavaria began to fear what the Illuminati might do. In 1784, the Elector of Bavaria, who ruled the region, issued an edict banning all secret societies, including the Freemasons and the Illuminati. The government began a crackdown. Illuminati members were arrested, their papers, secret codes, and ritual instructions were seized. Weishaupt was forced to flee Ingolstadt and live in exile. The Bavarian Illuminati was officially dissolved in 1785, less than 10 years after its creation. Many of its members abandoned the group to avoid punishment. Weishaupt spent the rest of his life writing and teaching, but never regained his former influence. Yet the story of the Illuminati did not end there. The secrecy that had once protected them now fueled endless rumors and speculation. People wondered if the Illuminati had truly disappeared or if they had simply gone deeper underground, continuing their work in secret. In the years that followed, the name Illuminati became a powerful symbol in conspiracy theories. Some believed that the Illuminati had survived and was secretly controlling world events, pulling the strings behind governments, banks, and even revolutions. The French Revolution, which broke out only a few years after the Illuminati's fall, was often linked to them in the minds of fearful monarchs and church leaders. Though there was no clear evidence that the Illuminati caused the revolution, the idea of a secret group manipulating world events from the shadows captured the imagination of many. Even in modern times, the legend of the Bavarian Illuminati remains strong. Books, movies, and countless theories continue to explore the idea of an all-powerful Illuminati controlling the world behind closed doors. Some say they control politics. Others claim they control the media, the economy, and even secret technologies. In truth, the historical Bavarian Illuminati was small, short-lived, and limited in its real influence, but the power of its name has grown far beyond anything Adam Weishaupt could have imagined. Yet the true fascination of the Illuminati lies not just in the wild stories that surround them, but in what they represent. They are a symbol of the human desire to question authority, to challenge old power structures, and to seek hidden knowledge. The Illuminati remind us of a time when people dared to dream of a world ruled by reason and equality, even if their methods were secret and their success was limited. Their story is a window into the complex, dangerous, and often mysterious world of secret societies that have always operated beneath the surface of history. Even as the original Bavarian Illuminati crumbled under government pressure, the idea of secret societies working in the shadows continued to spread. Across Europe, secret groups, inspired in part by what Weishaupt had tried to build, continued their work quietly. Some adopted elements of the Illuminati's methods, using secret names, coded languages, and layered initiation rituals to protect their members and their mission. Many of these groups were not nearly as grand or powerful as the rumors made them seem, but their secrecy alone was enough to stir fear and suspicion among kings, priests, and the common people. One of the reasons the Illuminati became so famous was because of the growing fear of revolution during this period. The Enlightenment had sparked new ideas about freedom, rights, and government. Monarchs across Europe saw these ideas as dangerous threats to their power. When revolutions broke out, like the American Revolution in 1776 and the French Revolution in 1789, many people began to believe that secret societies like the Illuminati were behind these uprisings, secretly guiding events to overthrow kings and build a new world order. Writers and pamphleteers spread terrifying stories about hidden groups pulling strings behind the scenes. One of the first and most influential authors to link the Illuminati to these great revolutions was a Scottish professor named John Robison. In 1797, he published a book titled Proofs of a Conspiracy. In this book, Robison claimed that the Illuminati had infiltrated the Freemasons and other secret groups across Europe. He argued that they were working together to destroy religion, monarchy, and all forms of traditional authority. Robison's book was widely read and translated, spreading the fear of Illuminati conspiracies far beyond Bavaria. Around the same time, a French priest named Abbé Augustin Barriol wrote his own series of books making similar claims. Barriol argued that the French Revolution had been the result of a vast network of secret societies, with the Illuminati at the center. These books played a huge role in shaping public fears. They painted a picture of an invisible hand guiding revolutions, assassinations, and political chaos. Many readers were terrified. For people who saw their world changing rapidly, the idea of secret societies behind the chaos offered a simple explanation. Even though much of what Robison and Barriol wrote was based on speculation, exaggeration, or second-hand information, their books became the foundation for many of the conspiracy theories that still exist today. As the 19th century continued, the Illuminati remained a symbol of secret power and control. Writers, politicians, and religious leaders often blamed them for events they could not fully understand. The idea of the Illuminati began to blend with other secretive groups in the public imagination. The Freemasons, for example, were often suspected of being a front for Illuminati activity, even though the two groups were separate and often had very different goals. Anti-Masonic movements, especially in the United States during the 1820s and 1830s, were fueled by these fears. People believed that the Freemasons were hiding deeper, darker secrets tied to the Illuminati's vision of world control. Throughout the 20th century, the legend of the Illuminati continued to evolve. In the early 1900s, as world wars, revolutions, and political turmoil shook Europe, the idea of hidden elites manipulating events from behind closed doors grew even stronger. Some claimed that the Illuminati had never died but had simply adapted to the changing world. They imagined that the Illuminati had moved beyond Bavaria, infiltrating international organizations, financial institutions, and world governments. According to these theories, the Illuminati became a global network of hidden power brokers who used their wealth, influence, and secrecy to shape world events according to their mysterious plans. By the mid-20th century, the Illuminati had become one of the most common symbols in modern conspiracy culture. The rise of mass media, including radio, television, and later the internet, allowed these theories to spread faster and further than ever before. Countless books, documentaries, and television shows explored the idea of an Illuminati pulling the strings behind wars, assassinations, financial crises, and even space exploration. Some theories linked the Illuminati to everything from the assassination of John F. Kennedy to the moon landing, from the creation of the United Nations to the rise of global banking systems. As strange as these ideas may sound, they continue to capture the imagination because they tap into a deep human fascination with hidden power. The idea that a small group of people might secretly control the fate of nations, economies, and cultures is both terrifying and oddly compelling. It offers a simple explanation for complex problems and plays on the natural human suspicion of elites, secret meetings, and closed doors. In recent decades, the Illuminati legend has taken on new forms, often blending with modern fears about globalization, technology, and media control. Some believe that famous celebrities, musicians, and politicians are secretly part of the Illuminati, using hidden symbols and coded messages in their public appearances. Symbols like the all-seeing eye, the pyramid, and the number 666 have been connected to these modern theories. While there is little real evidence for any of these claims, they continue to circulate widely, especially online. The strange power of the Illuminati myth lies in its ability to adapt. It absorbs new fears and new events, constantly reshaping itself to fit each generation's anxieties. While the original Bavarian Illuminati was a small, short-lived group of idealists hoping to spread Enlightenment ideas in secret, the legend they left behind has become something far larger and more mysterious than they could have ever imagined. Even today, when people hear the word Illuminati, they rarely think of Adam Weishaupt's little circle of friends meeting in the woods of Bavaria. Instead, they think of shadowy elites, secret meetings, and invisible powers shaping the world. The myth has grown so much that it now stands apart from the original truth. Yet beneath all the exaggerations and fantasies, the real story of the Bavarian Illuminati still offers a fascinating glimpse into the secretive world of hidden brotherhoods and the human desire to control knowledge, power, and destiny from behind the scenes. While the myth of the Illuminati grew far beyond its historical reality, it is important to understand why secret societies like the Bavarian Illuminati were so appealing to certain people during that era. In the late 18th century, much of Europe was locked in rigid social and political structures. Kings ruled with absolute authority, the church controlled education, morality, and the flow of information. People who questioned traditional teachings or sought alternative views on politics, science, and philosophy often found themselves silenced, exiled, or even punished. For thinkers like Adam Weishaupt, the very structure of society seemed designed to keep people ignorant and obedient. The Illuminati offered an escape from this. It provided a space where individuals could explore radical ideas without fear of punishment, where they could speak openly about the need to reform governments, limit religious control, and promote individual freedom and rational thinking. Membership was not only about secrecy. It was about belonging to a hidden network of enlightened minds who believed they were working for the good of humanity. For many young intellectuals and ambitious men of the time, joining the Illuminati felt like becoming part of a revolutionary movement that might one day change the world. The secret nature of the Illuminati also created a sense of importance and exclusivity. Members were carefully selected, and the initiation rituals added a dramatic layer of mystery and seriousness to the organization. These ceremonies often involved elaborate oaths, symbolic gestures, and moral teachings designed to bind members together in loyalty and purpose. The structure of degrees, where knowledge was revealed slowly as members advanced, helped create a sense of progression and deepening commitment. Each new level offered not only new information, but also greater trust and responsibility. The influence of the Illuminati was strongest among intellectuals, aristocrats, and politically active citizens who were already interested in Enlightenment ideas. But their secrecy made them dangerous in the eyes of the ruling powers. Leaders feared that secret societies could serve as breeding grounds for rebellion. The Illuminati's ideas directly challenged the divine right of kings and the authority of the church. This is why, even though the Illuminati itself never organized any violent revolution, its very existence was seen as a threat to the established order. As rumors about the Illuminati's goals spread, many began to suspect that they aimed to destroy religion entirely. Some feared that their true purpose was to create a godless, secular world order, free from all traditional moral codes. These fears were not entirely baseless, since some writings from within the Illuminati did criticize organized religion's role in maintaining oppressive systems. However, not all members agreed on this point. Some sought simply to limit the church's power over politics and education, while others truly believed that religious belief itself should be replaced by reason and science. The fall of the Bavarian Illuminati was sudden, but its legend endured. The Society's documents, which were seized during the government crackdown, revealed detailed descriptions of their rituals, symbols, and internal debates. These documents were published and widely circulated, feeding both curiosity and fear. People who read these papers saw how deeply the group had infiltrated local Freemason lodges and how carefully they had recruited new members from the political and intellectual elite. Even though the documents revealed no plan for violent revolution, the depth of their organization shocked many. In the centuries that followed, the name of the Illuminati became a kind of empty vessel into which each new generation poured its fears. In the 19th century, fears of Jewish bankers, secret revolutionary cells, and anarchist plots were often mixed together with the Illuminati legend. In the early 20th century, during times of great upheaval like the Russian Revolution and the rise of fascism, the idea of shadowy puppet masters working behind the scenes gained even more traction. The Illuminati became a kind of invisible force that people blamed when events seemed confusing or frightening. One of the most persistent claims about the Illuminati is that they seek to establish a new world order, a single global government controlled by a secret elite. This phrase has been repeated countless times in books, speeches, and conspiracy theories. The fear of a hidden group secretly controlling global politics is a powerful one. It suggests that ordinary people have no real control over their own lives, and that powerful men in secret rooms are making decisions that affect everyone's future. The spread of these ideas was fueled in part by real organizations that operated in secret or semi-secret ways, like the Bilderberg Group, the Trilateral Commission, and even certain exclusive political clubs and business networks. While these groups are very different from the historical Illuminati, the fact that powerful people do meet privately from time to time gives these conspiracy theories a sense of plausibility. The line between fact and fiction becomes blurred, and the Illuminati myth continues to grow. In the world of popular culture, the Illuminati has become a familiar symbol of secret power. Countless novels, movies, and television shows have used the Illuminati as mysterious villains, hidden masterminds, or secret puppet masters behind major historical events. The famous novel Angels and Demons by Dan Brown, for example, portrays the Illuminati as an ancient secret society seeking revenge against the Catholic Church. While entertaining, these stories often mix real historical details with pure fiction, further feeding public fascination and confusion. Strangely, even the very people who fear the Illuminati often seem fascinated by them. The secret symbols, the whispers of hidden rituals, and the idea of a small group controlling the fate of the world create a dark kind of allure. People are drawn to the mystery, even as they fear its supposed power. The Illuminati has become both a warning and a fantasy, an example of how secret societies can live on, long after their actual members are gone. But behind the myths and the stories, the real history of the Bavarian Illuminati remains both simple and profound. It was born from a desire for knowledge and freedom. It was shaped by the fears and hopes of its time, and though it was destroyed quickly, its shadow still lingers in our imagination. The true power of the Illuminati was never in its numbers or its reach, but in the timeless human fascination with hidden knowledge, secret brotherhoods, and the idea that somewhere, someone might be quietly pulling the strings of history. Even though the historical Bavarian Illuminati had a brief existence, its core methods have influenced many secret societies that came after. One of the most powerful tools used by Weishaupt was the careful management of information through a strict system of secrecy. This approach allowed small groups to protect themselves from outside threats while building internal loyalty. The idea of compartmentalized knowledge, where members know only what they need to know for their rank, became a common feature in many later secret organizations. This system made it difficult for outsiders, and even many insiders, to fully understand the full scope of the group's activity. Another lasting influence was the use of ritual and symbolism to strengthen identity and loyalty. The Illuminati borrowed heavily from the Freemasons, who had long used ancient symbols, dramatic ceremonies, and secret signs to create a sense of brotherhood. These rituals were not just for show. They served to create emotional bonds among members, making them feel part of something larger than themselves. The rituals helped build discipline and loyalty and allowed members to see their secret mission as something noble, important, and even sacred. Members to see their secret mission as something noble, important, and even sacred. The symbols used by the Illuminati carried deep meaning. One of the most famous was the all-seeing eye, often depicted within a triangle. This symbol suggested the presence of higher wisdom, constant observation, and a secret guiding force. Though this symbol predates the Illuminati and can be found in ancient religious art, its association with secret societies became deeply embedded in the public imagination. The pyramid, topped by the all-seeing eye, seen on the American $1 bill, is often cited as a symbol of Illuminati influence, even though its original inclusion had no direct connection to Weishaupt's group. Still, this symbol remains a powerful image, linked to the myth of hidden control. The practice of assigning code names and secret identities also created a sense of mystery. Members took names of historical or mythological figures. By calling himself Spartacus, Weishaupt signaled his vision of rebellion against oppression, much like the ancient slave who fought against Rome. Other members took names like Ajax, Pythagoras, or Cato, aligning themselves with legendary figures known for wisdom, strength, or resistance to tyranny. These names served both as protection and as symbols of the qualities members aspired to embody. As we move further into modern times, we see how the story of the Illuminati continues to reflect society's deep anxieties about hidden power. In periods of rapid change, economic crisis, or political upheaval, people often look for simple explanations to make sense of complex events. The idea of a small secret group manipulating world events offers one such explanation. It replaces chaos with a sinister order. This is one reason why conspiracy theories about the Illuminati remain so powerful even today. Modern conspiracy theories often describe the Illuminati as controlling global banking systems, international organizations, entertainment industries, and even secret advanced technologies. Theories claim they manipulate wars, elections, and global pandemics. Some suggest that world leaders, from presidents to royalty, are secretly loyal to the Illuminati, serving its mysterious agenda. These claims spread easily in the digital age, where social media allows rumors to travel instantly across the globe, often without any need for evidence. This modern version of the Illuminati myth has also absorbed ideas from other secret traditions. For example, some theories blend the Illuminati with ancient occult orders, suggesting that their rituals include hidden magical or mystical practices designed to unlock forbidden powers or influence mass consciousness. These ideas often draw on elements of Hermeticism, alchemy, Kabbalah, and ancient mystery religions, blending them into an elaborate web of secret knowledge and forbidden power. While such stories are thrilling, the actual historical Illuminati did not practice magic or claim supernatural abilities. They focused on spreading rational thought, personal discipline, and political reform. Their tools were education, persuasion, and secrecy, not spells or dark rituals. However, because they operated in secret and borrowed ritual elements from older groups, it is easy to see how the line between fact and legend became blurred in the public imagination. One of the most interesting aspects of the Illuminati's legacy is how it has become a kind of universal symbol for secret power. Whether one speaks of governments, corporations, entertainment industries, or religious organizations, accusations of Illuminati involvement often follow. This flexibility allows the myth to adapt endlessly, fitting whatever fears or suspicions people may hold at any given time. As one fear fades, another takes its place, and the Illuminati name remains attached to each new version of hidden control. In truth, the Illuminati represents something far more timeless and deeply human: the tension between the desire for open knowledge and the fear of secret power. Every society struggles with who holds power, how it is exercised, and who controls information. Secret societies like the Illuminati are born from these tensions. They promise their members access to hidden truths while offering outsiders a terrifying vision of invisible control. The fascination with the Illuminati also reveals something about the power of secrecy itself. Human beings are naturally drawn to what is hidden. We are curious about what we are not supposed to know. Secrecy creates an aura of importance, even when the actual power of the Bavarian Illuminati was small. Their secrecy gave them a reputation far beyond their real influence, and once rumors took hold, their legend became unstoppable. As we study the true origins of the Bavarian Illuminati, we see not a global puppet master but a small group of men who dreamed of spreading reason and breaking the chains of religious and political authority. Their secret methods were practical, designed to protect themselves and slowly recruit influential people to their cause. They worked quietly, carefully, and for a time, successfully. But in the end, they could not withstand the fear they inspired in those who held power. Yet their story lives on, a permanent chapter in the history of secret societies. The Bavarian Illuminati remind us of the strange power that secrecy holds in human culture. They also remind us that every secret society, no matter how small, has the potential to become legendary if it captures the imagination of the world. And perhaps this is the most lasting power the Illuminati ever had, not through control, but through myth.